Welcome back to the Network Plus training series. We are now beginning Domain 3, Network Operations. In this lesson, we are covering Objective 3.1. Explain the purpose of organizational processes and procedures. Network operations is not just about configuring devices. It requires documented processes, clear procedures, and organized management practices to keep networks running reliably. This objective covers the documentation and processes that underpin effective network management. Let's start with documentation. Proper documentation is one of the most important aspects of network management, yet it is often neglected. Good documentation saves time during troubleshooting, ensures consistency across the team, and provides a reference for audits and compliance. Physical diagrams show the actual physical layout of the network, including device locations, cable runs, rack positions, and room layouts. These diagrams help technicians understand where equipment is physically located and how it is connected. Logical diagrams show the logical structure of the network, including IP addressing schemes, VLANs, subnets, routing domains, and traffic flows. Logical diagrams abstract away the physical details and focus on how data moves through the network. Rack diagrams show the specific placement of equipment within server racks, including which devices are in which rack positions. These diagrams help with planning rack space, managing cooling, and locating equipment during maintenance. Cable maps and diagrams document cable routes, termination points, and cable types throughout the facility. They show which cables connect which ports and where cables are routed through the building. Network diagrams can be created at different OSI layers. A Layer 1 diagram focuses on physical connections, cable types, and port assignments. A Layer 2 diagram shows VLAN assignments, trunk links, and spanning tree topology. A Layer 3 diagram shows IP addressing, subnets, routing protocols, and logical network boundaries. Asset inventory is the practice of maintaining a comprehensive list of all network hardware and software. A hardware inventory tracks all physical devices, including serial numbers, locations, configurations, and ages. A software inventory tracks all installed software, including versions and patch levels. Licensing documentation ensures compliance with software license agreements. Warranty support information tracks warranty status and support contracts for equipment. IP address management, or IPAM, is the practice of planning, tracking, and managing IP address assignments across the network. Proper IPAM prevents address conflicts, ensures efficient use of address space, and provides a reference for troubleshooting. IPAM can be done with spreadsheets for small networks or with dedicated IPAM tools for larger environments. A service level agreement, or SLA, is a formal agreement between a service provider and a customer that defines the expected level of service. SLAs typically specify uptime guarantees, response times for support requests, performance metrics like bandwidth and latency, and penalties for failing to meet the agreed levels. Understanding SLAs is important because they set expectations and provide accountability. Wireless surveys and heat maps document wireless coverage in a facility. They show signal strength, noise levels, channel utilization, and areas of poor coverage or excessive interference. Now let's discuss organizational processes. Change management is a structured approach to implementing changes in the network. Without change management, ad hoc changes can introduce errors, cause outages, and create configuration inconsistencies. A typical change management process includes submitting a change request that describes the proposed change, its purpose, and potential impact. The change is then reviewed and approved by a change advisory board or designated authority. The change is scheduled during an approved maintenance window. A rollback plan is prepared in case the change causes problems. The change is implemented and tested. The results are documented and all relevant documentation is updated. Configuration management involves maintaining consistent and documented configurations across all network devices. This includes maintaining baseline configurations for each device type, using version control to track configuration changes, regularly backing up device configurations, and implementing configuration standards and templates. Incident management is the process of identifying, analyzing, and resolving network incidents. An incident is any unplanned event that disrupts or reduces the quality of network service. The incident management process typically involves detection and reporting, categorization and prioritization, investigation and diagnosis, resolution and recovery, and documentation and review. Problem management goes beyond incident management to identify and address the root causes of recurring incidents. While incident management focuses on restoring service quickly, problem management focuses on preventing incidents from happening in the future. Network monitoring is the continuous observation of the network to detect and respond to issues. Monitoring tools track device status, bandwidth, utilization, error rates, latency, and other performance metrics. Common monitoring protocols include SNMP for querying device statistics, Syslog for collecting log messages, and NetFlow or IPFX for analyzing traffic patterns. Network baselines establish the normal operating parameters for the network. By documenting what normal looks like, you can quickly identify abnormal behavior that may indicate a problem. Baselines should include bandwidth utilization at different times of day, typical latency and jitter values, normal error rates, and standard CPU and memory utilization on network devices. Backup and restore procedures ensure that device configurations and critical data can be recovered in the event of a failure. Regular backups of router, switch, and firewall configurations should be automated and stored securely. Restore procedures should be tested periodically to ensure they work when needed. Standard operating procedures, or SOPs, document the step-by-step instructions for common tasks. SOPs ensure that tasks are performed consistently regardless of who performs them. Examples include procedures for adding a new VLAN, onboarding a new employee's device, responding to a security alert, or performing routine maintenance. Let's review. Effective network operations require comprehensive documentation, including physical and logical diagrams, asset inventories, and IPAM. Organizational processes like change management, configuration management, incident management, and problem management provide structure and consistency. Network monitoring and baselines help detect and diagnose issues quickly. SOPs ensure consistent execution of routine tasks. Thank you for watching this lesson on Objective 3.1. In the next video, we will cover Objective 3.2 on network monitoring.